Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details, and I have a BMW in today for ceramic coating. Temperatures the last couple of days have been 90s, 80, like high 80s, 90s, almost into the hundreds with the temp indexes. A lot of you guys are mobile detailers. A lot of you guys may not have a garage to work out of. Now, I will show you. Sorry for the 360. I have a garage to work out of. But a lot of times when I'm doing interiors, it's really hard for me to see when I'm inside. Now, I have a video coming up shortly. I'm going to show you guys some lighting options that I've found that help with interiors. We bought this house back in November, and we actually, this coming weekend, we're going to be upgrading the electrical panel, and we're going to be getting the garage ready for me to put a mini split in. I'm so excited. But for the meantime, I just kind of had to grunt and push through and bear with some of the heat and humidity. That is something that we as detailers just sometimes have to deal with, especially if you're mobile. A lot of you guys down in Texas, Florida, you're dealing with insane humidity and temperatures. Stay hydrated. But anyways, a lot of you guys have seen the Canopy that I use, that I work out of, and you've asked, where did I get it? What kind of canopy is it? And I want to share with you guys real quick the canopy that I use for working outside. It really helps me with doing interiors. It just gives me better lighting, and I can, give a little bit of a better result, I think, because of the outside lighting. Sometimes when I'm indoors and I'm doing interiors, I'll pull it out and I'll find out that I missed a lot of spots, especially in those tighter spaces under seats, things like that. There may be pet hair I missed, lint, things like that. There really is nothing better than the natural light to be able to work on an interior. But even if I'm working outside and I have to wash a vehicle, I have to do it out in the elements, but I don't want to deal with water spots. So here is the canopy that I use for detailing outside. Is it the best one on the market? Is it the perfect size? Well, let's just kind of talk that through and show you what size this is and how it works for me. Just like that, we've set up the tent. That took a minute. One person, easily done. So this is a 10 by 10 canopy that we actually picked up from Dick's on Black Friday. Dick's Sporting Goods. I think it was like $49.99. They sell them now for $59.99. So when it comes to providing shade, it does a really great job. We'll actually take this to like soccer games, family events. It was just a really affordable option for us, and it's multi-purpose. We can use it for detailing, for everything. I'm a little winded because I was a little rushed. Lord, I need to exercise. But anyways, you can see very easy setup. As far as tearing it down, let me show you what it is to tear it down, how easy that is. And just like that, in under a minute, we've torn it down. It comes in a bag. I don't store it in a bag. It's too much of a pain. It's like trying to fit a bag chair back in the bag. I just end up just carrying it. It's a lot bit easier. But I store it in a corner, takes up very little space, so for those of you who are mobile or just looking, to minimize space, it's got a very small square foot, requirement for storage. But I'm going to go ahead, set it back up, and then I'm going to park the BMW that I'm going to be working on today under it to show you how much space you might have under a 10 by 10 for people to work in. All right, so you can see this is, sufficient space to be able to detail out of. I actually have it slid over to one side to kind of show you guys. You can even put a pool noodle on the legs of the chair to kind of protect it. That way, if you're worried about the metal legs kind of coming in contact with the paint, if you put a slit down the middle of the pool noodle and slide it over it, it'll protect it. So that way, if it's windy or you don't have it anchored down like I do, it'll protect the paint of the vehicle from coming in contact. But you can see here, I have it slid all the way over to one side, and that gives me more than enough space to have my vacuum, my extractor, my gear. I can still open the door. You can see here, if we kind of follow the path, if it were to be rainy, for the most part, I could have this door somewhat open and still be able to work, keep it dry, be able to get in there, get what I need done, and I still have plenty of natural light to be able to see all of the dirt that needs to be removed. And again, you can kind of see, you just have to work around some of the maneuverability limitations if it's raining. I'm just trying to help you guys kind of think through some of the scenarios, but for the most part, people are using canopies for shade, and that's exactly what this does. The majority of the interior cabin is going to be kept out of the light. It's going to give you a much cooler working environment. You're not going to have such hot surfaces, especially like if you're cleaning glass. That's really helpful to kind of help eliminate streaking. If you're working out in elements where there's trees, sap, things like that, it kind of helps keep those contaminants off of the paint, off the vehicle. Let's say you've washed it, polished it, you don't want stuff to fall in it. Now, will a bigger canopy give you a better advantage? Certainly. There are other options out there. There's a Coleman 13 by 13 that I actually just ordered because after 3 years, some of the middle joints on my canopy, they're getting a little wobbly, a little weak. Probably I could just tighten them and torque them to work with it. But I have just found that, I've had this for 3 years, and, it's time for a little bit of an upgrade. I've been able to budget for it, and I just figured if I'm going to be working out in elements, let's say it's raining, when I'm washing it, it's just going to give me a little bit more protection. So are there better options out there? 13 by 13, 10 by 20, 20 by 20, for certainly. But you also have to ask yourself, affordability, is it going to be affordable for you? 2, what kind of ease of putting it up and tearing it down is that going to be? Do you have multiple people working with you to help you with that? Or are you working by yourself? A 10 by 10 is perfect for one person to be able to put up, tear down very quickly, easy. It's not going to take a lot of time away from your family or, from job to job. Let's say you're mobile and you have to go from one location to the next, and you have to consider things like, setup and tear down times as far as your profitability. So I hope this kind of helps answer that question for some of you that are wondering, what size canopy should I get? Which one is best? This is a very affordable option, under $60. Even on Black Friday, you could probably find it cheaper. I'll put the link for this specific one that I got from Dick's Sporting Goods online. I'll also put the link for the Coleman 13 by 13 that I just ordered. I will be doing a comparison video for any of you that just visually want to see what kind of a difference those two pop-up tents will be like. But hopefully this just helps some of you guys out thinking that through. A lot of you have asked lately what kind of pop-up tent I use, and I figured I would just do a short video sharing with you some of the pros and cons, things to think through when it comes to these things. I've really loved this pop-up tent. It has served me well, especially for the price. You can't beat it. And even for sporting events, things like that, if we're going to the beach, it's just a really convenient size, easy up, easy down. I don't have to swear or be sweating or anything like that, have to have someone else help me. The only time I've ever had, needed help is let's say I'm working in grass and I need to slide it from side to side. You know, sometimes that can be a little bit, but you can just kind of walk from side to side and just carefully pivot. But anyways, there you have it. Make sure you subscribe and follow for those future videos that we have coming out for the Coleman 13x13, for any future videos we have coming out. I'm actually going to be doing a video shortly on lighting options for doing interiors when you're working inside of a garage. Sometimes you're very limited with being able to see dirt and things like that. And with us getting a mini split in the garage, obviously I'm going to have to, you know, kind of figure out ways to work on interiors that, you know, I can still see all the dirt and pet hair and things clearly without compromising quality. So I think I found a solution, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. But anyways, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.